stacking up big time there as we work our way out of Rocky Moran for the maiden time. Through T1, we continue to go too wide. Big lunge further back. I want to say Grant Mitchell trying to make a couple of positions there into the hairpin.
Just winking the stamp and sending it. I like it. It's a welcome change for the races earlier today. Seemingly very cool though. Very respectful.
A lot of guys swinging it left
and there it goes.
D2. That's because the outside becomes the inside. We're seeing that right now. Adrian Lake in the 50 for the Sam helmet. Trying to get to the front, nearly 4 wide here as we work our way into the triangle. First big break, so nobody getting turned. Maybe a little bit of contact further back. He's starting to get racy in the mid-pack. Staying alive for the most part. We got a 2 for further back. One driver on the wall. 2 drivers on the wall. First actual blood drawn happens in the very final race. Jake ahead further back from looks to be the 6 of Cooper Kolb, who might have been one of the instigators of that moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe the discretion would have been the better part of ours. Still having the first lap of a 10-lap race. Maybe a bit too much, but still, gotta send it.
Out of Popeye, and it is indeed Salt Lake City's Keeley Payne bringing us to the stripe for the first time. Dominic Smith running to best, and Henry Alkin from Richmond in 6 positions in the whole shot to 16, making moves. What do you see further back?
Somebody decided to take the long way around Rocky Moran to keep it to be able to keep on going. It looks like we've gotten away with it all, but yeah, we're your best.
Still good battling here in the mid-pack. It was Brody Day in the 4 that we saw making a ton of moves there. Went to the left side at D2, and on the downhill left-hander turn 5, made a couple of positions just because everyone overdrove it. He's already up 11 positions right now, up into P7.
Also shout out to Andrew Cole, up 12 on position number 11. Very impressive stuff there. As we are still going nose to tail through the FA corner. Once again, you have to use your imagination of what FA seems to stand for.
Brody Day trying to make a move there through the sharp right-hander, and that does look to be a done deal.
Yep, once again, the classic push me and then get past the next corner. I love it.
Colin Lipa in the 9 with Lake and Bay just behind for 2x2. All of these guys pointing the helmets saying, we gotta work together, guys.
No honor amongst teams today. Oh my goodness.
Day exiting stage right there. Will slot in comfortably 2x2. Coming up, you're looking at the battle right now. Colin Luke, Lipa, Garrett Mitchell, Evan Issei, one driver nearly off. Looks like Dylan Waugh maybe going for a rally. And crucially here, you see that purple lap. Keeley Payne making the most out of that clean air. Fastest lap, 121.169. Big contact, one up and over. Contact between the 2 of them. They're broadside coming out of the hairpin. But 2 cars parked on the top. It looked like it might have been, I think that might have been Peyton Vacancy, Billy Nolo.
I would say that was coming from the drop of green flag, but I'd say that was coming from the time that they grit it up. That's been a couple minutes for it. Thankfully, it seems like everybody else has been pretty cleanly through, but now we have our main players. It is Payne versus Smith versus Best.
To be fair, we were caging these guys for a very long time. They were Johnson to get out the minute they dropped the green flag. They were swinging. Check back up to first right now as Keeley Payne has had a very drama-free open to Group C. A lot of these guys cannot say the same, but crucially here, Dominic Smith, the Austin, Texas-based driver, trying to close that gap. Quickest in Sector 1, personal best in Sector 2. They both come to the stripe. It's another purple lap for Keeley, 120.475, 121.122 for Dom Smith.
Only driver in the 20s is Keeley. So he's got to keep that head on straight. It seems like the 50 has got him in the bag. But the main fight here, barring a mistake, it seems like it's going to be that battle for P3 as we have a new fastest lap of 18.4.
So again, tires have, rubber's been laid down, and the track is probably the hottest it's been to this point today, thanks to the sun. We were talking about the potential of maybe that Michelin rubber making things a little bit more, doing something to the racing surface. I'm not sure if it's hurting or helping at this point.
This is a pretty considerable drop. Everything I've heard from the drivers is that the cooler it gets, the better the track becomes. So to see these drivers inside the 22nd bracket, maybe we'll see that come down a little bit towards the end of this race. We have a battle between the 16 and the 34 from P3. This is Best versus Alpin. A battle of the cue balls.
There you go. Best looking at the inside here through triangle 2. We'll get the nose fully ahead and get good exit. He can absolutely stretch those legs. Day and Neitzel
looking at each other.
Back. Day looking to the inside. The backs out of it. These guys are having fun in Group C.
I love this sport.
Both of them jumping off the axle. Best looking to go to the inside. He didn't want to make it stick for too long. He backs out of it. So for the time being, looking like Alkin going to drop away with another purple lap from Keith Main. Still 120.397. The Utah kid not able, like the rest of this field, not able to break into the 19s just yet.
Folks, I just couldn't get up and enjoy the sport of karting. This is why we love it. The small moments, looking at your opponent going 70 miles an hour into a 90-degree right-hand corner. I love it. Absolutely love it.
End of the day, on some soul, I think is the best way you would say it. Gap Keenly to Dominic, looking like 1.5 seconds here. This battle for the bottom step of the podium continuing to rage on, as it is now the 44. Brody Day just found Henry Alkin. Good exit coming out of triangle 2, but again, Henry hit that manual DRS button, just trying to smash that face as close to the steering wheel as humanly possible. I would not call this a day done just yet for Dominic Smith either. He's still definitely in conversation range. He puts down a couple more solid laps. He could absolutely be within drafting distance.
I wonder if Kipney must have made a mistake. It's a 7-10 deficit that lap between P1 and P2. This race, as you said, might not be over as good as this is the battle for, I believe, P7 going to the Rocky Grand.
That's the inside of Log. Gutsy move there around the outside.
Oh, no.
That's actually Mitchell making the move all fully around there. Looked to be, I think, the 40 of Neitzel. The first time we really had a car swap. Ends another move further up in the field.
It's Lippo that's gone around the Rocky Grand. 54 to 9.
54 Lake making a move on Ryan Neitzel. Iowa versus Illinois Midwest battle right now for P5. Neitzel trying to cross him up. A little bit further back. It looks like everybody was able to get going, no problemo.
And it seems Maine has recovered from whatever the issue was. That gap is now increasing at a pretty rapid margin. So who knows? Maybe another mistake is in the cards, but for now, it seems like the race is back under control. 50.
Battle raging on here as Lippa continuing to tap the head, saying we can work together right now.
No, you can't.
A couple guys further
no, you
up.
Can't.
Obviously, Lippa got no intentions of doing that. He wants to make a move to the inside here through Triangle 2. Into T3. Does Lippa have an opportunity to swing back? A handful of times, champions of the future of Pro Kart, we've seen some late lunges on the anchors into the final corner. That's not going to be the case. A little bit further up, looks like Day trying to go on the inside of Alkin for P4. How's that battle potentially looking?
I don't believe that move is pulled off. They're going to go line and start going through like number 8. Seemingly, everybody's kind of caught their breath and spread out a little bit. Still, plenty of opportunity for some racing action.
It's so interesting because you're able to get that run in suck right up to the bumper of the guy in front of you, and then it feels like the minute that these guys pop out and try to make that move stick, especially on the shorter straightaways, airspeed dies.
I was going to say, like, the drag of these cars is pretty big, especially when you consider that they've also got the protective barrier on the right side. It really messes up a lot of that air. So drivers back here, some of them are very tall, making a much bigger hole in the air. So I think the skinny jockeys, such as myself, would really love to be out there right now.
You got to remember, these are still very far cries from the traditional rental cars you would see, electric or gassy, at any venue. Yes, they are rentals, and they have the side skirts, but you don't have you have four-wheel braking. You have a lot of power on tap that traditionally you don't really get at any other venue. This battle continuing to go on now as Lippa going to the inside of Lake. Crossover down to the crossover swinging in too early.
Good little block pass there from the number 9. But let's see. I mean, the hard part is you can throw that move and you can park him on the apex, but guess what? When you catch him at Rocky Grand, let's see if the shoe is the same size as another foot.
Still continuing the battle. Gives an opportunity for Ryan DeSanto. Good exit.
Wouldve
Lippa inside of Lake, side by side through 1 and 2. Neither of them giving an inch. Sparks flying into Rocky Grand with the inside. Oh man, big off further back. Lippa going up. That'll leave Lake uncontested.
The shoe was in fact bigger on the other.
Yeah.
Still coming to 3 to go this time by. Once again, Payne controlling this race very well. Smith has settled into a nice second with Alkin and Day still pretty close to that battle for P3. But largely looks like this one at the sharp end of the field. It's pretty well done in this.
It's been very ethical
Another
feels
one's going in the back pocket.
the first real time we've seen the power catch. It has been, we've seen sparks a lot today, but I mean, handful of carts in dirt like you're seeing right now, as we might have another battle through it.
Here we go again.
Looking for a number plate. I want to say that might be the Santo here, as there's another move further back into triangle 3. Attempted crossover from the 4-1 in this lane.
It's the 4 car down at 20. I think maybe we might be having some transformer issues, but still a good little move.
It's Grant Mitchell who had that very big excursion to get us started here in the opening laps. Nearly went up the hill right here at the start of Rocky Moran Corner, but is able to charge forward and at least get a couple moves here. Has gotten inside past Corey and Patricus. But boy, these battles continue to rage on. No matter where you look, it's why we love covering this event, why we love the platform that these cards have given us. It has been competitive, it has been close, there has never been a dull moment. The best part is, again, we get to restack them, re-rack them, do it all over again tomorrow with the kids.
Maybe that's the adult. Maybe that's with the adults. The method is just to hold them on that. We'll pay off with something like a 20 to a couple guys to like line up in the wrong grid slot. Just let that simmer a little bit in the pre-lineup phase.
Battle for the bottom step of the podium here, as it's day to walk. Trying to make a move here on Henry Alkin. Not a lot of interlocking bumpers we've necessarily seen either. Trying to build that gap. Out in front, how about it? Keeley Payne from Salt Lake City. You see the white flag. It will be darn near uncontested here in Team Group 3.
Just really smooth. Shame, some of these drivers, I'd love to see what they could have done in the higher groups with the better competition. Looks like this has been a more or less, minus the weird moment there in the middle, this has been a more or less perfect race from Keeley Payne, and it's about a half lap away from that checkered flag.
Looks like maybe some issues here for the 31. Anthony Knoll dropping back a handful of positions. Same can be said for Drew Daigle, just getting out of the top 10 there. Biggest mover does look to be Andrew Knoll, though. But Brody Day having a phenomenal Saturday as well, because he's up 14 positions. But ultimately, we got to talk about this guy up here. Keeley Payne firing off from the front row, was the first guy out of Rocky Moran and has not placed a tire in a wrong position, has not put his steering wheel out of wrong angle. He has been picture perfect here in our final main event of the day. He has put a 4-second gap on the remainder of this star-studded field, to the point where not even a near kilometer-long straightaway is able to close that gap. And Dominic Smith, the Austin, Texas driver, has done everything he can to close that gap. And just as it comes alive, it's too little, too late. Out of turn 12 for the final time in the run to the checkered flag. Keeley Payne, your last winner in group number 3 here on Saturday.
Bravo to everybody today. A phenomenal race. Whether it was the pros or the lower races, just top to bottom racing.